Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Super 17 here, and let me get through this like usual. I do not own this picture. This is not a paid video. Alright, okay. So here's the thing. Somebody suggested I make Issei the reincarnation Gogeta, and I thought about the story. I wanted to make it, and I just got it in my head still. So we're making him Gogeta. He will serve no one. He will be all powerful, and well, he'll be all powerful because of, well, it's key. Life energy. Magic doesn't compare to it. I mean, it probably can, but I don't really want it to, so. Yeah. Also, I don't know, if I think I said not on this picture, just not pay a video. Just want to put that out real quick, just if I didn't. But anyways, just to let you guys know, it's almost Christmas. Tomorrow, it's I have like 2 hours, almost 2 hours, and well, I do not know if I am going over to my sister's and I'm gonna be spending the day there. I do not have their Wi-Fi password, so I cannot upload videos. I'll be there from Friday to Saturday to Sunday. As soon as I get home Sunday, I can make videos again, everyone. So I'm gonna have like a 2-day break. I'm sorry. You guys want part 2s and stuff. I am trying to get all this freaking holiday break. I'm trying to get all new what ifs out, so please understand. That's all I'm doing. And I still have to make the freaking the son of eyes on Ghoul, from Overlord. I gotta make that what if. I gotta make my Demon Slayer Issei. I gotta make, oh god. Okay, there's so much things I gotta do still. I'll make the videos. I just won't upload them till I get home Sunday. Unless I get the Wi-Fi password, then I'll be uploading them like that. But enough of me rambling on like a complete lunatic. You can tell I'm still hyper or awake. I have fun. But anyways, when this is gonna start after the Cocoa Bill fight? Alright? Like, it's gonna start after the Cocoa Bill fight. That's where we're gonna start off. Also, I'm making Drake have a special ability that he does not like to use, because if he, uses everything he has, he'll become a lifeless husk. That will then, when he becomes into the new user, his whole entire personality will be totally different. So, the Drake that we know would not exist. Maybe. Also, this reincarnation will be the exact same age Issei is, but here's the thing. His whole entire DNA structure will change. He will be a Saiyan. He will have he'll have the cockiness of Vegeta. He just has the merging of Vegeta and Goku. But since Goku's is more dominant, he'll be a lot more kind. He'll be kinder, but he'll be a little bit more smarter than Goku. Or should I say Issei? He won't basically be failing. He won't be what he is, a pervert in the series. Also, Rias is gonna be the freaking girl who is the enemy of the series. She is the hated. Hold up, before you all throw pitchforks and torches at me. I know she is, Rias Grummery. She would never betray this. But I have seen sometimes, some people have made her be the way she is she would betray Issei, abandon him and such. But I'm going the lines of, well, you'll see. So, and plus also, you gotta think of this like this. She is the sister of, Sir Zex, who is the devil, the Lucifer, the king of the underworld or hell. So, if you really think about it, she may just be using Issei, but if we know from it, she actually fell in love with him from the actual anime, I believe. I'm 100% believable that she did. And in this one, though, she used Issei. That is it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the people who want the Rias ship. She is not the ship in this one. She will never be the ship. Because if someone lets you die and then you don't know that and then you find out, what will you do? Revenge. I'm just stating facts here. If someone killed me and I come back to life, or if someone tried to kill me and I came back to life, I would want revenge. But yeah, also he will still have all his memories. He will be called Issei to the people that knew him, but to others he'll become Gogeta. Also, he have a Zenkai boost right away. You'll see how. I'm still using Drake even in that while he's after certain things happen. Drake will miss you, but he will still be alive in spirit. Okay. Enough of me rambling on. Like I said, like a lunatic. That is all the background information you're gonna get. Everything that happens in the canon until the Cocoa Bill. Rias finally, she finally had enough of Issei. That's all I'm gonna say. But hold on, I gotta fix something now. All right, I am back, everyone. Just had to get a drink and fix my covers on my bed. I hate them. But anyways, so here's the thing. Alright, like I said, everything happens. So we're just gonna start off after the Cocoa Bill fight. So, as Issei is walking to school, with Azia. Everything, it's normal. The whole entire day is normal. Issei's happy, and he's basically, enjoying his time with everyone that he knows. Zenobia is introduced into the group. And, well, Issei's felt happier since he has all these friends now. He feels, joy, because he only had, his, friends that we know of. And he would never, want to betray them. So, after Zenobia was introduced, Rias decides to, wants to talk to Issei out alone. So, she asked him. And he says, alright. But she says she wants them to, she wants her and Issei just to walk and be by themselves. And they go for a walk. They're talking, and Issei has this weird feeling about Rias. Something's not right about her. As, basically, Rias is saying stuff like saying, since the day you became a devil, you've been trying your hardest, but it still isn't good enough. And I don't know what to do with you no more, Issei. The only thing that's good about you is having the sacred gear, the boosted gear, that's it. Which Issei's shocked. Rias has always been kind and, well, thoughtful. This is new to him. But he's thinking, what? Even Drake in his head is going like, I don't like this. We need to run. Issei goes, no, Rias Grimmy, the one who saved my life. And, well, they stop in the middle of a field that has all trees, it's in a circle. As Rias says, so, I came up with the conclusion. Oh, wait, quick pause. I forgot to say this. In all about season 1, Zex had been talking to Issei. They got very close. They are brothers. He literally declared Issei his brother. After, Rias told him about Issei, and she told him about Issei, he decided to go visit him. And so, they've been talking, he did the exact same thing as Azel did. So, yeah. And so, anyways, back to this. And she looks at Issei with an innocent smile and goes so I decided though. And he goes okay. And then she says, to get rid of you. And he goes, what? As then all of a sudden a magical spell happens and she shoots it right at Issei. Basically doing the exact same thing which that fallen angel, hold on. Fallen angel girl Renary. That's how I pronounce her name. I cannot say it right. But, and he's like, why? And, he just falls to, he goes on his one knee, which surprised her. And, well, it made a hole. It didn't hit him in the heart. It hit him, on the side, which was her, in a vital organ. But that was her biggest mistake ever. And he's still conscious. But he's losing a lot of blood. So he's kind of fading out, real quick. She goes, wow, I'm surprised, she says. I didn't expect you to actually survive that attack. Well, I mean, my aim was a little bit off. So, I mean, you were useful up until now. I mean, your progression as a devil was slow and lacking. Nothing could have been, met, right? And I mean, you did thankfully save me from my marriage with Razor. Ugh, him. Basically, she's just mocking him, and Razor sneezes. And I know I'm making her sound like a total, but it's, this is how I want her to be, a little bit. And I kind of could see it happening, and Issei is just thinking to himself, so basically thinking, so I was just being used. And, she says, if you're thinking you're just being used, of course you were. You're nothing more than a pervert. You wouldn't last anything in a real fight. And besides, you made sure that I could actually date or marry anyone whom I wanted. And it's a good thing I was already dating somebody before I even met you. And then he says, so you were just toying with me? And he goes, of course. I even told him he was okay with it. I mean, the look on your face would be way more hilarious if I did. Make you think I was in love with you. You're just a nuisance. And you should be glad you're dying. But, it's not like you can do anything now. As she's, walking over and says, I shall at least give you one last gift. As then, Issei legit just... He doesn't even use the boosted gear. He just throws a punch. And he hits her. I'm not gonna, I don't condone this, but I mean, I just saw this. What would Issei do since he's so stubborn? Also, a guy's dying. He's gonna get at least one last hit in before he dies. So, I don't condone this, but I'm sorry to all the women out there who's watching. If a guy's dying, or if anyone's dying, even a girl, you're gonna at least get one last hit in. Well, I mean, before you die, you're gonna go down swinging. That's how I see it. I've seen in movies guys do it and women do it. So, yeah. I'm just saying, this is one of those instances. And also, it's kind of stubbornness I see with Issei sometimes. His willpower is so strong, he literally almost died to Razor, but he kept on getting back up. So, yeah. But anyways, she's surprised. It actually hurt, though. And he didn't have the boosted gear on. And he just says, how's that for weak? And he's just getting up. And she goes, so, you won't go down easy. He was like, of course. I am the Welsh dragon. The Red Dragon Emperor. As he just activates the gauntlet, and right away, she just hears boosts, like 50 at one point, which surprised her. And then he just says, and he's about to do Dragon Blast, but he basically is losing, he's starting to fade his aim, I mean, for his eyes. He's then, stumbles over, and Drake's saying, Issei, you have to get out of here now. And Rias just says, no, you don't, and basically, magical circle, right around, a box way. It hits Issei, basically hurt him, damaging him very badly. He's still conscious, and she goes, well, see, told you, you weren't that strong. And he can't see her. He just sees the red hair. But then he sees white and blue. And he says, so, is he dead, Rias? And she goes, of course, babe. And, basically she just runs over. That's all he sees are, like, gone. He was like, to think this was the Red Dragon. He picked a lousy host. Come on, let's go on our date. She goes, of course, let's go. And Issei he basically, with his last breath, actually, he says, Rias, Gremory, which they both stop. He basically says, if I ever get a chance to come back, I will make sure you will regret ever doing this to me. You hear me? I will. And Drake is responding to his feelings. He is responding to his own feelings too. He may just be, a piece of the dragon, the Welsh dragon, but he has his own consciousness, and so he's pissed off at Rias. So here's what happens. While Issei, goes unconscious and dying, he goes into his subconscious. And Drake is there. Fire was all around. And Drake says, Issei, I'm sorry. He goes, why? It's my fault. But for some rare reason, though, he can still hear Rias' voice. I mean, he thought he was unconscious all the way. Then she goes, wow. If he does come back, I guess he'd be more useful. I guess I really think maybe I should have just not even saved his life. And he goes, wait, I thought you just let that angel Renera killed him. He goes, well, true. The only reason why I saved his life is it's because of his boosted gear. That was it. Nothing more, nothing less. He goes, wow, and I thought I was twisted. And she goes, and basically this guy voices laughing, and then he does hear. Rhea says, well, I am this, sister of Lucifer. So of course I'm gonna be, twisted. I'm a devil, remember? And they just laugh and, walk away. Like I said, I made Rias be evil and mean and, people will hate her. I really do like Rias as a character, so it kind of hurts doing this. Also, about the whole time making Issei hit her in the face, that kind of hurt my feelings and my soul a little bit, not gonna lie. And, well, yeah. But I thought, because Issei is stubborn, he literally did try to at least go down swinging with Razor. So I think he would do exactly the same thing with Rias. Just, if you guys want me to delete this video because of that one scene, I will. Alright, just write in the comments saying delete this video, make a new one. I will. But anyways, so that's what they hear, and Issei just slam his fist in his subconscious, which Drake is angry. The flames all around them are growing bigger, and the heat from them is intensifying. He says, Issei. And he goes, what? I just was used all this time. All that teasing, all that flirting with her, what she did to me. She never even liked me. You know how messed up that is, Drake? He says, and tears just pouring down his face. He goes, I know. I'm gonna grant you your wish. He goes, what? Why? He goes, you're my partner, and you deserve revenge, and a life. There's a sacred technique that only I and the White Dragon can do. It's rebirth, but it requires me to give up everything. And Issei goes, what? What do you mean? He goes my soul, my mind, my free will. While I'm in you, that is. When I go to when another person bears me, will wield me, I will be a new one, a new person. But I will remember you, Issei Hudo. And he goes, what? I will make you a warrior beyond this world's comprehension. you will be reborn, reincarnated as someone that the world will fear. As in, he just hears boost. Like, that's all he hears is boost, boost, boost. Like, basically, he's boosting, like, really fast. Say, like, in a minute, no, in a second, he does 20 boosts. No, he does 30 boosts in a second. And he just keeps on boosting. The fires are growing bigger and hotter. Issei's being pushed back, and he's just yelling, Drake, don't waste your life on me. And basically, Drake is, he's doing all this. He's going through the. I'm just saying, he can because he's doing this, he has to go through time. And none of the people are the people that he need, like through time, to be reincarnated of. And during this time period, the Super Dragon Balls, are being gathered because of the Grand Zeno and the the Supreme Priest. Feel this energy emanating from another reality and universe altogether. So basically, they gathered them all up and real quick, as basically they summoned out the Super Dragon, which is why I am doing this, because the picture, and also this is the only way I can think of doing it. So that was a foreshadow. But anyways, as they will say, we want you to respond to the person who emanates all this energy that we sense. As he goes, your wish shall be granted. As then the Super Dragon flies off and goes breaks through their reality, their dimension, travels all the way to the high school DxD. As a blue light's being shown, flying all the way to Issei's body. And Drake says, Who could it be? There's no one in this world that can give him, him his revenge, his, showing them what they did. Make her regret it. Who could it be to bring him back as someone? I wish I knew who. As then a dragon appears in front of Drake and Issei. He goes, I am here to grant you your wish. State it. He goes, as Drake says, show me a warrior that is the strongest in the world, in any, universe or reality, that can give him his strength and give me the knowledge of them. As he goes, your wish is granted. As then he gets the image of Gogeta. He sees who Gogeta is. A fusion between Goku and Vegeta. And he knows about the same race. He knows who they are. He knows what they've done. He knows about the transformations. He knows everything now. And he goes, if they only exist when two beings are one. But now he will exist in this world and be one. As he's even boosting even more now. He's giving it everything. As the dragon, basically says, it is done. And he travels back over to the Dragon Ball, Super Universe. And he goes, what? He goes, Welsh Dragon, reincarnation, rebirth. And basically, all the fire is turning blue, and Drake's light stops glowing. After, basically, the fire is going all to Issei. He goes, and Drake says, Issei Hudo, it's been a pleasure working with you. And now, I will go. But I will give you something in return. As a parting gift. And to your new life. As he basically, this is just he just gives him a scale. Drake, grabs the tail and basically rips off a scale and throws it to Issei. As he catches it, he goes, what? He goes, That would be your new balance, your new psychic cannot get my words right. Your new sacred gear. It will be much more different than I am. It would not have a conscience, but a will, nor will of its own. It will just be a remnant of me. As Drake is fading away, he goes, if we ever meet each other again, I hope we will not be enemies, but friends. As Drake completely fades away, and the fire's coming up around Issei's leg, basically going to his leg and traveling up, as Issei's holding basically the scale in his hand, just gripping it, and it's bleeding, making his hand bleed. And he says, Drake. Also, in this one, Drake believed in Issei. Like, I mean, like, legit believed, like, it supported him. They were best friends. Like, legit, he was his best friend. He was, Rias Gremory, you killed me. And my best friend had to die to save me. As the fire's traveling up, basically going all around his head before it goes to his right eye. He says, I will never forgive you. I will never forgive you. Basically, he just yells out right when the fire, covers his eye. There's a huge burst of power coming off of him. And in the real world, during this time, though, while this was all happening, Avion, the white dragon, sensed Drake giving up everything he had to save Issei. As he says, in the end, when Drake is finally gone, he cannot sense him no more. He says, the red dragon, Drake. Your sacrifice to your friend is honorable. And I respect that of you. If we meet, I would like to see who you are next life. But I cannot stand my user. If he was like your user, maybe I would like to be part of him. Be with that person. As then he hears, Rias' voice just laughing about how, Issei's, finally dead. She doesn't have to deal with him no more. They even saw the light, but they thought it was just like a, shooting star or something. But Avion feels the pressure, energy coming from where Issei is, as this was when he screamed, and the whole entire light just shoots up into the sky, and the whole entire ground is starting to shake, because this is the rage that Issei had. This is the rage that Drake and him made, and what Drake used as a power source. His sadness, his anger, his hatred, his despair was the reason how he could be reincarnated. As this light is going on, we go over to Akano, Kanako, Azia, Zenobia, Kiba, and I already said Kanako. So as they feel this light, they had to do something after school. They were just like in the cult club still. So basically, they feel this power. They saw the light. They rushed out of there. They're just running over. As Kanako says, she had a bad feeling with Rias, but Akano says Rias couldn't do anything bad to Issei. She thinks Rias loves Issei because Akano fell in love with him too. So yeah, that's still canon. So yeah, as basically they run over as the light is still happening, as they just started to hear someone screaming on the top of their lungs, and they can even hear they even see pieces of the ground rising up and rising up. It's just pure madness to them. But how can I forget the white dragon? Avion says, they did it. he's been reborn. As then he starts to hear the red dragon. I mean, not the red dragon. Big Red. I think that's what his name is. Talk saying, "This boy has been reincarnated. He is more than what he is. Drake gave him something, a scale. He sacrificed himself, but also made this boy into more than a human." Evian, if you wish to leave your host to be with him, I would not just, stop you. I've seen, basically, hold on, I've seen everything. And, well, and then like, some other dragon, or some other person that, we all know who it is, the White Dragon, Emperor Vali, works for, saying she also will agree. This boy seems way more powerful now. Maybe he can be the new White Dragon Emperor. But he says, but how is that possible? No one, you have to be born with the White Dragon or the Red Dragon within you. He goes, in this case, this boy's been reincarnated. So, he goes, so there could be another White Dragon. Yes. But only one can hold, the consciousness of you. Who will you choose? The boy that was being reincarnated now, who was formerly known as Issei, or Vali, the person who you hate right now the most. He says, as Avion says, the former Issei, as he says, it shall be done. It'll be a couple of days, but he will become the new White Dragon Emperor, and Vali will be the fake one. You really think I was not gonna make him OP right away? But he won't know. Vali will still think Avion's still with him. It's just a form of husk. He cannot turn to White Dragon no more. I mean, he can turn to the Balance Breaker, but he cannot go to the Juggernaut form. He only had the Balance Breaker, and anything else he learned from Avion, that's it. He won't be nothing. So, I hope you guys are liking this what if, but anyways, I'm making this an hour or something long. I know, I'm finally going back to being an hour and something long, yay! Anyways, so, let's go back over to the gang, Akano, Konako, Izunovia, Kiba, and Azia. And basically they're running over as though finally the light show and the screaming stopping. As, oh yeah, I forgot, Rias and basically Rias doesn't know what's happening, and, well, our White Dragon Emperor, Vali, doesn't know what's happening either. But they see the light, they say, wait, isn't that... No, it can't be. As Rias says, as he goes, what? That's where Issei's body is supposed to be. He goes, no. How? How is that possible? As Avion just laughing. He goes, what? What's so funny, Avion? He goes, you and your girlfriend messed up. You unleashed something more dangerous to this world than you could ever imagine. He goes, what? What can we have done? He goes, I do not know, but I will not be here with you. When to find out. He goes, what? What do you mean, Avion? Avion! Basically, Avion shut up and that's not a curse word, I don't think. If it is, who cares? But, Avion just doesn't speak no more. He's just, going into a coma state, like, and boom. That's it. Avion, no more, and Vali, no more talking to Vali. But anyway, so, yeah. So as, they're getting over, they see the light stop, the ground, piece of the ground, coming back. As they see, like, just in, like, the center of all that, destruction and chaos, is a guy with spiky black hair. Black eyes, basically what he has, like, Goku has and everything. In Issei's, usual outfit, school outfit, but it's a little bit small on him. You can see his muscles. Not gonna lie, I'm making Issei be like not on the same level as in this picture, but a little bit muscular. It's just he got a little more buff, as though he also as he's thinking it was like, huh, this power, it feels overwhelming. As basically he's closing his eyes as a whole bunch of information is coming to him. He realized Drake did not just made him reincarnated. He gave him the name, the abilities, the power, what he is now, a Saiyan, and what the Saiyan races of warriors, the transformations, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan, God, Super Saiyan Blue. He has all that, but he's gonna have to train to get to the level where Gogeta from Dragon Ball is, Dragon Ball Super is. He has to get to that level. So he just smiles. I was like, "This is gonna be pretty fun." But first, as basically the ground starts to have like a wind going around him, as before even Akeno or basically Azia or Kaneko could say anything, he's gone. He just starts flying off. Boom! Like he already knew about Ki. He just starts flying off basically, and meanwhile, though, in heaven and wherever, and in the human world and in the underworld or hell, all three leaders feel this power. That power emanating from this one person in the human world. Michael could not see who it was. He saw Issei's death and was about to report it to Lord Zex. And reported also to Azazel. But then he saw the light. Azazel felt that power. Even in the underworld or hell, Zex could feel it. So, basically, when Issei starts flying off, he basically does not. He's basically just showing off his power. He just flying boost all the way home. As basically, though, Azazel already got out of his apartment and started flying over to where he felt the energy and when it was happening. But he just sees this person just flying to anywhere really. He doesn't know where, so he's following it, and Zex is just tracking it along with Michael. Michael can see it all. He just knows that it's Issei, Hudo. So Akeno and Zenobia see, they did they went over real quick and they saw a thing of blood on the ground, and they think, was Issei attacked? Where's Rias? And Akeno says, it doesn't matter, we gotta, it doesn't matter about Rias right now, we gotta find Issei. So they just run over, they search, they don't know where, but, so basically they just decide to go all the way to Issei's house to tell his mom and dad that, he's missing. Akeno calls Rias, and, well, they don't, she just goes, she asks, are you fine? She goes, yeah, I'm fine. Like, what happened? He goes, we don't know. We just saw somebody for all this destruction, and when there was, thing of blood, and we just see him flying off. She goes, what? Also, I forgot to mention, Drake also used the pieces of, the 8 pieces of the pawns to bring back Issei. So he's no more devil, but he has the power within him to basically bring him back to life, along with secret something. He's a secret something now. Anyways, yeah, so what happens is, after a couple of minutes of flying, he finds where his house is. As he starts to power down and just start flowing down home. Well, back to being in his home. As when he opens up the door, Issei's mom and dad said, Issei, honey. His mom says, Issei, honey, we gotta talk about something? Excuse me, are you lost? He was like, it was, Mom, it's me, it's Issei. She goes, no, my son isn't muscular and, has this spiky hair and, well, has black hair and black eyes and everything. He goes, can I at least explain before you call the cops? She goes, sure. Issei's father's thinking, huh, He is acting like Issei a little bit, but I don't know. As then he just starts to explain what happened to him and devils and, well, fallen angels and all that. He starts to explain all that to them. They don't believe him, so I'm doing what he can do. I know Goku can read minds with Ki, but I mean, like, he can share his memories. Well, he can make them read his mind if he shares his Ki with them. So he just tells them, put their hand on this head, and then he transferred his Ki into their body to where they can view his memories to get the rundown of the situation. So they know he died once, was revived, saved by Rias, and which the girl that they legit thought liked him, and then what he did for her, all the way up to the point of today. And Issei's father says, basically, he says, I would never condone you hitting a woman, but man, though, that hurt. I mean, we saw how you felt. I mean, we knew how you felt and all, but just that betrayal and, you getting, like, hurt and, basically, he says, you got at least one good hit in before you could even do anything else. I don't condone it, but I'm proud of you. He's just crying through his tears because his son died. His only child died. His mom is just crying, like, heavily. She's saying, my baby boy died. Once. And then he died again. And then Drake, the red dragon, he says, saved you and all. And now you're someone new. You're not my, son anymore. And basically that's what she's thinking. And he goes, Mom, I know I'm reincarnated, but I'm still your son. But you have to change my name to Gogeta. So, Gogeta Hudo or Gogeta Issei Hudo? I don't know. If you don't mind it, that is. She's just holding him and she just starts crying, like, heavily. She can't even talk. She's just crying. And Issei's just holding her. The doorbell rings and, his father just walks over the door. He's crying too. So when he opens up the door, Akano, everyone just sees him. Just sees what's happening. So Ozzy asks what's happened, and basically he just says, just go away, all of you. As they just hear an unfamiliar voice that says, Dad, don't worry about them. They're safe. They didn't know about it. He goes, alright, sorry, it's just, we're just mourning a little. And they go like, what? As basically they see, and everyone just rushed in, they, because they hear Issei's mom crying, and they see the guy who's holding her, basically was the same guy who was doing all the destruction, and she's just crying. They ask, what's happening? He goes like, who are you, basically, Kanako asks, and Issei's father says, that's Issei. He died and was saved by Drake, the Red Dragon Emperor. He gave up everything for Issei. That dragon is noble. But our son is dead. And not dead. He goes, yeah, Dad, I know. But hey, bright side is, I'm wicked strong, I can fly, also, I have enough power to destroy a planet. And he goes, that's not funny. He goes, jeez, I'm just trying to bring up the bright side of things. Also, I can heal people with Ki. He goes, why are you looking over the bright side of things? He goes like, well, I can get revenge on that redhead. Which his father just smiles and says, show no mercy. After, everyone's just waiting for Issei's mom to stop crying. She passed out, after 30 minutes of, crying. And he says, I'm going to carry up, guys. I'll come down and explain everything. Dad, if you want to stay down here, then you can. Alright? And, he, carries up his mom. Up to her room, basically. And freaking Azazel's already there. He heard everything already. So he's kind of pissed at the Grumry family for what they did. For Rias did, and basically then Zex comes, and right when Zex says Azazel, why? Before he even could say anything more, Azazel just grabs him, punches Zex in the face, and says, "Why? Why did the Grumry family did this to this kid? Why? I know I just met the kid not too long ago. He was already interesting. And I liked him already. So why did you blast the Grumry family did this to him?" As basically Zex doesn't know what's happening. He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Did you order your sister to do that to him? Huh? Huh? Tell me, you freaking Grumry." As basically Zex just says, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "So you don't know, huh? Your stupid sister killed the Red Dragon Emperor, and the Red Dragon Drake himself sacrificed everything to bring him back. Technically, there was a secret technique, which turns out which the Red Dragon and the White Dragon are not willing to do. But the Red Dragon made an exception for Issei. He's now somebody who's way beyond our comprehension. A power that we can't even fathom. Stronger. Also, seems like he's way more different than what he once was. And it's Zek's eyes wide. He just runs up and grabs he just basically grabbed Azazel on both arms and says, "What happened to Issei? Tell me." And Zek not Zex and Azazel's just shocked. He goes, "Why did you care?" He goes, "He's like a brother to me. I literally call him little brother." As Azazel realized, he really didn't know. He goes, "Your sister, like I said, killed him." He was like, "No, she liked him. She wouldn't harm him." He goes, she used him. That was it. He was nothing more than a tool to her. And his power. But since he wasn't progressing the way she wanted, she ended his life. But Drake got him reincarnated and all that, so look, just wait. As then, after that whole entire conversation, Issei's coming down. And he basically, Zex sees him. And Zex just drops to his knees as soon as he sees Issei. He goes, "No, that can't be him. It can't be true. My sister, why?" Basically, he just says, "Your sister was already dating somebody. I don't know who it was, but I'm gonna get to attend to find out." But basically, they played the Red Dragon. The only person I can think of is the White Dragon. That's all. But it seems like, though, they may have messed up since he's now, I can feel it. His power's way more stronger than ours. Okay, since there's no one talking in the background or TV on downstairs, I can turn off my fan for now. But anyways, as I was asking, what happened to him? Are you really Issei? What? He goes, "Look, guys, I'm just gonna be getting to the point here. Rias killed me. Drake sacrificed his life, and now I am called Gogeta. And basically a alien race of warriors who basically would have a tail, but I don't because I came from two beings who didn't have a tail. And they were called Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta was the prince of all Saiyans, and Goku was just a lower class Saiyan that became stronger than the prince. Funny enough, he became a Super Saiyan, and that's a transformation that the Saiyan race has. Also, I'm a lot smarter than I once was, and I'm not a freaking perp no more. Well, not a big one. I'm one, but a little. I won't do anything or say anything. I'm way more respectable towards women. So, hey. And basically, they just ask for the details that he just says and sit down and grab some tissues because this is going to be a cry fest. And he looks like Konako and says, "But you hate me, so you won't, cry." And he just smiles. She hits him, and she just, like, says, "Did that hurt?" He goes like, "No, you're weak." That was the Vegeta side of him. It just walking away, and she gets a little bit angry at this. So yeah, yeah. Anyways, so he tells them the story. He even showed them the memory. Ozzy is crying. You know, Konako is actually crying, which surprised him. Zenobia didn't know him that long, and she's crying. Kiba just cursing out Rias, and Akano, she is devastated. She cannot stop. He looks at her, and he's seen his mom exactly the same look in her eyes. What, exactly the same, like, it just looks exactly the same way she was. And it seems like everyone who knew him is heartbroken. Then he says, "Oh, and you three, come on out. I can sense your keys. Your key." As Issei's father was like, "Huh?" As basically Azazel, Zex, and a light appears out of nowhere, which is Michael. And, well, what happens is, he says, "Hey, big brother, what's up?" And he goes, he goes, "Look, it's not your fault. You didn't know. Rias played us both. So, we're good. Oh, and hey, you're the guy who I kept on visiting when I was a devil." And and Issei's father was like, "Yeah." And wait, and Ozzy goes, "Wait, she's saying through her tears, wait, you're not a devil no more?" He goes like, "No, let me just," basically he puts his hand and he's using his key to basically take out the pieces, and they were not, they're just basically black. All their power is gone. As then he just drops them. I mean, he just walks over to Zax and, like, puts them in his hand. He goes like, "You need those." And he goes, "How did you?" He goes, "Oh, it wasn't me. It was Drake. He used them along with his life and my feelings and his to basically bring me back to life." As Michael says, "Issei, or Gogeta, I'm sorry for what happened to you. It's good to see you're alive and all." And Zazel says, "So what about the sacred gear?" He goes, "Is that all you care about?" He goes, "No, actually. It was just a bonus. I'm more curious about you." He goes like, "I feel fine. A little bit angry, but I'm fine. Just want my revenge. That's all." Hold on. Thought I was gonna sneeze there. But anyways, so as basically Azazel's asked him a question, and he just answers them truthfully. He's not gonna hide it. And he goes, "So, I just have a question about that scale. When you grabbed it and you were holding on to it, what happened?" He goes, "Well, something weird happened to me." He goes, "Huh?" As basically, well, Issei holds up his arm out. He goes, "Transform." As all of a sudden his hand just starts transform into basically a claw, and scales are thrown on there, and then, like, there's still the crystal. They're like, "What the?" He goes, "I think I literally became a dragon, the red dragon itself." Pretty funny, right? Which, that's shocking. He goes, "What do you mean?" He was like, "I think this is Drake's gift." As he says, "Maybe I can." As then, though, he pops out wings that are not, like what Drake should have. They're white and they're blue. And basically what shocks him then, he goes, "That's Avion, the white dragon." Basically Azazel says, he goes, "Wait, does that mean," as just because they popped out, Avion says, "So you were Issei Hudo before. I see it for your memories." He goes, "You're Avion." "Yes, the white dragon." "It's nice to meet you. I'm only talking to you now to introduce myself. To me, I won't be here fully until 6 days from now. Who should I call you?" Gogeta or, Issei Hudo. It doesn't matter to me. I'm Issei and Gogeta. Both one life ended, new one began. It doesn't matter, right? It goes, yes, it doesn't. So how about I just call you Gogeta Issei? Your full name. Or, I don't know, we'll figure it out. He goes, yeah, we will. So, can you tell me why the heck my hand is like a dragon's right now? He goes, this is very weird, and I do not know, but it may be because you were reincarnated and you had a scale of the red dragon. So, I think your arm, you can at least have dragon, you know, some like dragon abilities now. He goes, wait, does that mean I can actually have a second pair of wings that aren't you? He goes, yes. Just try it. He goes, all right. So basically, then he brings out Drake's wings. He goes, okay, so I literally am the red dragon. I'm the red dragon itself now. He was like, yes. Does that mean I'm your enemy? He was like, no. You are my wielder, my vessel now. Because what about Volley? He goes, he'll just have a he'll have the power. It's not he won't be able to go to Juggernaut form anymore. He'll be limited without me. While Issei here, I mean Gogeta here, will have me and my full power. But it seems he also will have the abilities of the Red Dragon still. I always sense he can only boost his power. And that's it. He goes, that's easier said. I already have a Zenkai boost. He goes, what's that? He goes like, oh, the more I get hurt and the more I heal afterwards, like a life and death situation, basically if I heal from it, I'll get stronger. That's what the Saiyans do. He goes, I see. Alright. But I, need to go back to, sleep. See you in 6 days, Gogeta. He goes, yep, see ya. So the wings, go back in. The white dragon wings go back in, and he keeps out basically the red, basically dragon's claw and the wings stay out. Well, he puts back the wings. The claw just keeps out, and then next thing he puts key around it, and it goes, huh. So, that's new. Cool. And, well, I guess I still got something of Drake. Like he said, it won't be exactly like my boosted gear, but it'll be different. That's all. As he looks down the ground and he's clutching his fist, everyone can feel the pressure in the air just got denser and colder. As Akano just basically jumps onto Issei and hugs him, crying, and he just doesn't know what to do. So he just pats her on the head, just says, "It's all right, I'm fine." She just says, "No, no, no, it's not." She doesn't want to be with part of Rias's Parage anymore. And so what next happens shocks everyone. Three people come in. Griffia, hold on. So Griffia, Zoltix, and Vanellina, all appear as Zoltix says, "My son, what is the matter?" And Griffia says, "Dear, is everything all?" And they can just see that he's like in pain. He is physically mentally hurt, and he was crying already, and his Vanilla runs over and says, huh, son, what happened? And they see Rias's Parage there. Well, Akano, Kanako, Kiba, they see them there and goes, where's Rias? And Akano just screams out, "Don't ever say her name in front of me now." And Issei just says, whoa, Akana, calm down. Jeez. And Akano says, "No, she kills you. You're not fully Issei no more. You're not the Issei that was basically what who we knew. You're a different Issei. He goes, that's true, but I'm still here. I'm just not 100% Issei no more. Well, actually, I'm really not Issei no more. I just have his memories, truthfully. Which, that kind of hurt his dad's feelings even more, including Zach, Zex, Sir Zex. So yeah, and they go, huh? As Zex explains the situation along with Michael, and he even shows them video proof of it, which Zoltix is angry, and he says, "How can my daughter do this?" And also, Vanilla just says, "Even though you hit my daughter, it was deserved." So, and he looks at Issei's father and says, "I don't know how I can ever fix this." And Zoltis is saying that along with Zex, and basically they just say, as long as my son, his father says, as long as my son doesn't ever go near that, that girl again, I don't care. There's nothing you can do to ever, fix this. As Issei just says, well, I mean, there could be, but it doesn't matter. He goes, huh? He says, "What would you like us to get rid of her? Ban her?" He goes like, "No, that'll just be too heartless for her parents." I'll do something like a battle. I need to train though, so I'll be basically training. I'll be out of school for the next couple of days or week, which Issei's father says, "What?" But he was, "Dad, I gotta train. I need to regain some strength." Besides, this volley person, I have a feeling he was the guy that she was dating. If so, then that makes sense why she only used me. And, Akano, it's calming down. Basically, she gets off and says she's sorry. He goes, "It's alright." Kanako just comes over and hugs him, which he goes, "Are you feeling okay?" She goes, "Shut it, idiot. I'm just being nice." And he can feel her, like, trembling because she's angry. And, well, he basically just kind of knocks her out. Which everyone in the shot goes, "What? She was angry. You know, she was trembling in anger, so I knocked her out so she can, calm down." And Zex says, "Thank you." And so, because he gets up, puts her in the chair he was sitting on, and then, Venona, Griffia, and Zoltex asks, "So what are we gonna do?" He goes like, "Easy, nothing. You guys aren't gonna do anything. I'm gonna go train, and I need a good training partner. But I have a feeling nobody in this world, or should I say on Earth, can ever, help me." As in, Zex, Michael, and hold on, Azazel says, "We can help you," and that shocks everyone. You see his dad says, "How?" Because we can train him. We can have him fight the strongest fighters we have. He can then, show off his power. And then, basically, we can give him a rank. All three of them are saying this all at once. And which they all look at each other. It goes like, I mean, like, what rank will you give him? Like, basically, they say to each other. He goes like, "Oh, if we have to, we'll basically give him the rank of Archangel." And they said the same thing with me. I'll give him, but, not Angel, Arch Fallen Angel. And basically, Zeus says, "Well, make if he's as powerful as I think he is, I'll give him the most highest title, a lord, a demon lord, well, a devil lord, of it, and plus give him his own area to basically rule over and watch over and stuff like that." Which Issei just says, "I don't really think that's a good idea. I'm insane. I mostly like to battle, but eh." And he goes, "Oh, it won't be like a big one. I mean, it'll probably just be probably in the area where the school is and such. So that way, you can be the leader of the co club." or whatever you want to do. I don't know. I'm not in my right mind, Issei. I'm sorry. But that's fine. Anyways, how's the underworld? Hmm? You know, hell, underworld. How is it? Like, are there like really strong fighters there? He goes, yes, actually. There's this strong. We have a strong warrior there that you can fight. He goes, cool. I'll fight him. I want to see how strong I am compared to him. And you're like, really? He goes, yeah. As you know, he's just throwing punches and kicks. He goes, let's do this. So Rias is not Rias. I mean, no, like Issei's dad walks over to him and just says, "Get strong as possible. I'll call up the school and let them know you'll be gone for a couple of days because of you something happened and you won't be back until 2 weeks from now. All right." He hugs his dad, says thanks. He looks at everyone in the room, even Zenobia, but then he asks Michael, "Could you let Zenobia and Asia pray?" He goes, yes, I can. It shouldn't be too hard, you know. He goes, thank you. So basically, Issei goes up to his room real quick. He goes like, oh yeah, Dad, do you have any trash bags? He goes, why? He goes like, well, my stuff in my room. And Ozzy goes, wait, you can get rid of all of it? He goes like, heck yeah, I don't need this no more. Freak it. So basically, his father goes up with a whole entire roll of trash bags, and in a matter of minutes, Issei is coming out with bags of trash. And basically, they're like in the road, as then like everyone's seeing him. He just burns out a key blast and just shoots it out of it, as everything just burns away. He goes, there. No more perverted shit. No more perverted stuff in my room. Not even the clock. I'm gonna need a new clock. Uh, wait, is it? Then he just runs up to his room. He says, "Okay, the only time I'm keeping is my clock, so I get a new one. Remind me that when I come back." I was like, "Okay, you say." So basically, he packs up his clothing in a bag and such, and he basically comes back downstairs. He looks at Zeno, like at everyone in the room, goes, "All right, I'm ready to go." And basically, Azazel was laughing. Michael just says, "That's really is a mood change for him. He was once a pervert and now he's not." And Zach's just saying, "I'm gonna miss the old Issei, but I like this one a little bit more. Sorry." He goes, "No problem, brother. No problem, bro. I understand, hey, brother." So yeah, so basically they open up a magical circle to go to the underworld, and they go, and basically Zach's called up the school already for everyone. He basically told Issei's father he'll do it. As he basically called up the school, left on the S machine, and yeah, they all go in. They all go into the portal, and he told Rias that there was an emergency. He needed Kanako, Azia, Zenobia, Kiba. Basically, he needed everyone in her barrage for basically this week and next week. She says, "All right, it's okay." But basically, look, they did like Volley during this time period. Volley and her went over to the area where Issei died. They see the destruction, and they don't know what the heck happened. They don't know what happened. So, oh yeah, I want to mention the dragon. His hand looks like a dragon claw with with that crystal light, but it's not like the armor stuff no more. But he can make it into like the armor. So yeah, it's just he was just showing it off. He can control it already, and the wings. That's it. He's basically a Saiyan that is also has dragon abilities. So a dragon. Yeah, OPness right there and there. I'm sorry, just some. I was looking at something like, what the freak? What's that? And I realized, oh, that's just a bowl in my room. I don't know what, sometimes I forget what's in my room. But anyways, so basically, they all, like, when they get home, they basically start thinking of a training regiment for Issei, and Issei is figuring out that the gravity in the basically underworld's a little bit heavier. So he thinks it's gonna be perfect. So basically, they work on his sand abilities, his ki control. They work on what he knows already. They enhance it more, and basically, he works on all the fighting techniques he has, learned. Basically, he's going from technique to, like, from turtle to Kai, to King Kai. I forget how many teachers did he learn from, but every single teacher he learned from, Goku has and Vegeta, he's basically learned the basics from those teachings that he remembers. He is going through all the motions and feeling how it is and just improving on it, going back to the basics. And basically, after that, his power basically, his power hasn't, like, increased, but he starts working out, and then he starts training, sparring with people with, like a Zenobia and Kiva. Then he goes on to, like, the warrior that he was talking about. I do not know his name. Soraj. That's how I think I pronounce it. But the strongest, the Grimmer family, as Issei's basically like the strongest devil besides Lucifer. Well, Zax, I mean, as basically he's just fighting him off, which basically he has to go into full armor just to keep up with Issei, but they're fighting off. It's not like a Dragon Ball Z fight, but basically Issei is, like, going through, like, everything he learned is basically increasing even more. He's fighting, he's feeling it, he's basically feeling like his old self, as then next thing you know, goes like, alright, how about we step it up? As then he just transforms into Super Saiyan. As everyone's shocked by this. And then next thing you know, he activates his basically his boosted gear that made it, like, into, like, a drag. Nah, okay, no. Okay. I'm changing it. I don't think, the whole entire dragon claw, like, it looks like an actual dragon claw and, hand and everything will work. So basically I changed it's into armor, but it's a blue form. It's like a blue fire form all around it. And basically he just activates that. And that's because it's his key. And the fire, basically like it. But it's the balance breaker in his right hand that looks like fire. And then next thing you know, all of a sudden, it's actually blue. It's blue and red mixed together. Well, it's blue. It has a blue tint to it, and then it's, like, red also. So basically, but it's very, very, like, it fits on Issei's hand. It's not big and chunky. Big and clunky, I mean. Oh my god. But anyways, as he goes, what the? As then this, he says, and basically they just started fighting off. And he can already tell, like, he's just selling a boot. Like, they just hear boost, boost, boost. And, like, a glow, as basically then, like, his speed and strength is increasing exponentially. And his ki's even rising. They found a way how to sense ki. And they're scared, like, legit. They're terrified because it's a lot of ki he's holding back, though. I mean, it's a lot of ki. He even learned how to suppress it. So basically, like, the Zorga is having a hard time. But he goes into his showing off his real power, and then, Issei is starting to, like, transfer, like, going. He's just saying, "Oh, I guess I really should get serious now." As then, he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, Gogeta. Huh? Now I realize this may be a silver-haired, so this could be, Ultra Instinct Gogeta, but whatever. So basically, though, he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, and something similar to Broly happens. To the Broly fight, at the end he says Kame, Hame, Ha, he says Kame, Ha, basically, and he gets out of the way, Zara gets out of the way, hits Issei, sends him flying. Then he does his own barrage of attacks, which are hitting him. He's trying to recover from, but he does a big giant attack, and well, Issei is basically hurt really badly. He says, "Crud, I guess I went overboard." And then Issei's basically coming out. He was like, "That hurt." As then Ozzy already healing him right away. And then after he's all healed, basically they can feel he's just gotten stronger. They said, "I guess it is true. Well, you said you get stronger every time you get hurt to the point of near death." He was like, "Yep, this is gonna be way more fun now." And then they just go back to training. Well, they just go back to fighting. They do this at least 3 times a day for the whole entire week. He works on his body. He is just he figured out a way to basically be muscular and also be hit the exact same size he was. Same like weight. I mean, not weight wise. Same basically. Lean and muscular. That's all. So yeah, which at the end of it, he has gotten close to everyone, and because of the fight, because he can always get stronger, Michael told the angels he has a title of archangel. He can basically come up to if he can basically command us to do what command the lower ones to do what he wants, which they kind of ask why, and he explains it, which the angels kind of just say, "All right, we understand." And then the fallen angels, they do exactly the same thing. Then basically, they give him a land of his own. But he says his basically where he will live though is mostly in the human world, but this is the area where he'll have to come by and protect, which he agrees to it. They call him, well, the red. Well, they don't call him the red dragon. They call him the blue. No, they call him the warrior. The same warrior. Dragon overlord. No, I mean demon lord. Which is a new king. Well, which everyone agreed which is new. Zenobia and Tsubaki knows about what happened to Issei. Rias, kind of got a call from her parents after all this. And, well, let's just say, after the whole training happening, she comes back and Issei is just chilling. Like, he's basically just chilling in the living room, just sleeping, and, well, as soon as Rias walks in to the room, she sees him basically on the couch chilling, and she thinks to herself, "Huh, he's cute." Cute, but not as cute, Volley. And she walks into, her father's studies along with, well, she walks into her big brother's studies, and her parents are there, and she goes, "So, Mom, Dad, big brother, what's on?" He goes, "Oh, well, here's the thing. Rias, we found out something about what you did to a boy named Issei who was a part of your Parage." He goes, "Yes." I mean, wait. She goes, "Yes, I know he..." Wait, what? How? He goes, "Michael. The Archangel?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, "So, what's happened? You're gonna have..." He goes, "Well, you killed someone of the Grim, that served the Gremory family, so you're gonna be punished. You are not allowed to hang out with anyone after school. You're gonna be coming back here, and you're gonna be living here for a full year. You're grounded for a full year at home. You're allowed to only go to human school, and that's it. There'll be somebody else who's going to be in charge of, well, the occult club." And, well, he's the boy in the living room sleeping, and basically they see Issei just walking in, basically goes like, "Ugh, hey, sex. You mind if I go grab one of your drinks? Those from the human world." He goes, "No problem. Gogeta." That's what they agreed to call him when he's around Rias. Call him Gogeta. Also, he has trained with the White Dragon abilities, which basically Avion has been impressed with his abilities and his growth. And he has gained a connection with Issei to become just like Drake, friends, like really good friends. And even even Avion has basically merged with the power of what Drake gave him. He basically combined with it. So now he is not just the white dragon. He is the Welsh white dragon. The divine Welsh dragon. And he considers Issei a friend and one of the greatest people he's known so far. Like, basically, he does like come out and he can basically come out as the Gauntlet or as the Wings, and he can talk to them, to everyone. And hell, they even figure out that he can basically do his instant transmission by focusing on somebody's key. He can basically do multiple clones of himself, like split them, and then like basically he can just basically move so fast. There's like multiple clones of himself. They figured out that Issei is really overpowered, really strong, and Akano told him that he, was, no, Akano told him about her, father and all that, and he still was the same way. He still considered her a friend, and she's just happy. And Kanako, showed herself. Really, he accepted her. Zenobia and Azia were happy that they could pray to God again, and Zenobia, fell in love with Issei. Azia liked him too, but now, I mean, she still sees him as Issei, but it's kind of hard because of, well, he can do all these transformations and all these different things. Also, the Grand Priest and Zeno have actually told Goku that they felt this strange energy. Oh no, they told Beerus, Goku, and Vegeta, and Whis about a strange energy that they felt, and they had the dragon go over to that world to see what it was, basically, and help them out, whoever it was, basically. And they grant their wish, and when he came back, they asked him to explain it, and he did. And turns out someone died, and the being called the Red Dragon, the Welsh Dragon, wanted to revive the person that he was connected to, and he became Gogeta. As they go, like, and both Vegeta and Goku was shocked, and they said there's no key in that world, so he's basically the strongest being in the whole entire world. Well, in the whole entire universe in that world, which Goku now wants to go and fight him. So that's gonna happen sometime soon, maybe. So yeah, but anyways, so after that, after that though, Rias goes, why is this happening? He was just basically a perv, and he was a lower ranked devil. It doesn't matter, if he was a part of our family, he doesn't even deserve to live. He's we don't even know where the body is and all that destruction. He was like, well, Rias Cremery, you may not know this, but your brother was friends with him, and he actually called Issei a brother. So I watch her tone around him. He's just walking past her, and over to like the right side to the door where to the kitchen area is, and he says, "Oh yeah, how's the White Dragon Emperor doing? Has he become weaker?" She goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I met him, or should I say, I know of him, and I heard a rumor that he became a lot weaker all of a sudden. Huh? Funny. I thought the White Dragon Emperor was very strong." And then he closes the door, and Rias is kind of mad at this. She's like, because she and Volley have been, Volley, told her that he feels a lot more weaker all of a sudden, like one day, and he can't transform to the Juggernaut form. So he's basically mad. So yeah, so basically though, Rias is grounded, and she can't go. She can only go to school, and that's it. And she's gonna be picked up by Griffia, and Griffia only will listen to Zex or to Gogeta. That's it. And you go, what? why? He goes, oh, also, Gogeta is actually a ruler of his own land. He's basically one of the, other Devils Kings now, which Rias is shocked. And then, basically, and you go, oh, also, there's another thing. Mother, father? And he basically says, Rias, because of this, we will not have you become the next in line of the Gremory household. Next leader of the Gremory house, which shocks her, and well, that's when everyone of her Purage comes in, and just because I like Akano, you know, I like Akano a lot too. So yeah, they say Akano is gonna be the leader next. We adopted her, and that shocked everyone. And I goes, "Go what? What? We talked to your father, and he's okay with this. As long as he comes by and visit you, and if you allow him, that is, and also to just make sure we take care of you." Which Reese goes, "Mom, Dad, why?" He goes, "Well, a person who uses their own, uses somebody for power, kills them later off, doesn't seem like to be a good leader. Leader cares about their members, even if they're just using them, and they keep them around. They don't kill them off. He would have become a dangerous threat to us if I did it." Because Rias, basically, this is her mother saying it all. Basically, it says basically it disgraced our name. You can't fix this. Zoldyck agrees with it, and he says it was my idea from the beginning. So if you're mad at me, be mad at me. She says, "This ain't fair." She just runs off to her room, which Akano says, "Is it okay because I'm, as Goji, well, Issei comes back in. He goes, with just drinking, well, something like a soda or something. No, he's just drinking some, like, energy drink. Not energy drink, I mean, like, some water or Gatorade or, I don't know, something similar to Gatorade in this What If. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's something similar to Gatorade. But yeah. But anyways, he goes, Esther, he basically comes in with that. He goes, like, yeah, you're suitable. I mean, you're a lot more nice. I mean, you're nicer and you care more, so you're more suitable than Rias. Even if you are a half devil, half fallen angel, it doesn't matter to me. You already know that. So, you know. Also, because of his title, his land is a small one. He's basically could like take over everything. He tells them, but he's not. His small land. He just wants like just covering a house, a mansion area, like. And so, actually, the Gremory household, they suggest, how about we just share it? Since you just want a house area. He goes, all right, I'm good with that. So basically, he has his own place. So does Gremory. They share the place because he says he rather lives near his big brother and get to know the parents of his. So he kind of, they said, like, you can be kind of a Gremory then too if you want. He goes, huh, all right, cool. I'll take that. So basically, they say Gogeta, Hudo, Gremory, or Gogeta, Issei, Hudo, Gremory. It doesn't matter to him. So yeah. So everyone's congratulating Akano, and well, nobody, everyone's just saying Gogeta, because I know, like, he basically did say, like, he gave him a sign that Rias is listening in. And so he basically just walking over. He goes like, "Yeah, and plus I bet Miss Gremory is listening to us because she's basically a spoiled, nosy redhead." As she gets mad and just runs off, which then he just starts laughing. Michael, comes in along with Azazel. He goes, "Well, everything's prepared. Also, congratulations, Issei." Zazel says, also, I mean, by the way, I got the data from your, new secret gear. I mean, He goes, yeah. What is it like? He goes, well, since you have both divine and demonic, you can say, well, was demonic parts of the dragon, you became a whole new dragon. So congratulations, you're the very first of your kind. Seems like the white dragon, the red dragon won't be, at odds no more. Michael says, he goes, yeah. And basically, Sorgon, comes in and he goes, Issei, one last fight, for the ages. He goes, alright. So basically, they all go out into the area that, they usually do. Rias was seeing them go out, so she followed. As then he goes, and basically, Zorgon's getting transforms into his gear right away. And then he just goes blue, And he goes, alright, let's do this. As they both just disappear all of a sudden in an instant. Because he also taught him how to use ki. So this is gonna be a Dragon Ball Z fight. It's basically everyone's just seeing no one can people Issei has taught them how to use ki. Everyone. So basically the only ones though who can see are right now basically is Zex, and Vanillina and Zoltix. That is all. So they're just saying play by play. Basically, they're saying Issei's throwing solid hits with same thing with Zorga. It seems like an evenly match, and then he says, "All right, let's crank it up a bit." As basically the fight is starting to get more intense. Say it's a combination fight between Broly, Cell, Frieza, and Baby. If you can imagine the Baby fight before the whole entire. No, baby, not the Baby fight. The Beerus fight. Yeah, the first Beerus fight. No, the second Beerus fight when he goes Super Saiyan God. All into one. As basically, they're all in shock of this is happening. Rias doesn't know what's happening. She can feel the shockwaves as she goes flying. She goes, what the? As basically, then Issei, says, Ka, me, ha, me. As, basically, Zorga does, well, he basically, learned how to do the Gatling, not the Gatling gun, Gatling gun. He learned how to do that. As then, Issei, disappears right in front of him. He was like, what the? As he goes, he's basically up close and personal. He goes like, ah! And blasts him off. He goes flying up to the air. His armor's coming off. And then through the blast, Issei just travels right through it. He goes, now take this! Dragon Fist! As basically, it is not this dragon or, Shenron. It is a spiritual version of Drake and Avion that combine into one. And boom, he hits him right in the friggin' face. He sends him even flying farther than anyone could ever imagine, and he's not dead. So basically, though, so after the whole time that being happy, I was like, I think I overdid it. And everyone said, you think? So basically, he flies over. He basically heals Avion with his ki. No, I mean, not Avion. I mean, he didn't heal Avion. I mean, basically, he basically has Azia if he could heal Zag. I'm gonna call him. I'm calling him Zag, and I just realized that Sorga. And she does. Basically, after that, he goes, that punch. That hurt more than I thought. He goes, sorry about that, man. He goes, hey, it's no problem. Nice new technique you got there. He was like, thanks, I've been working on it. A little bit here and there. So, anyways, thanks for the great match. I think I'm not gonna have that for a while. So keep up your training, man. He goes, no, yeah, I will. You too. As basically they all go back to the house, and he basically tells them on the way she watched us, and she probably couldn't believe it because she had to leave real quick. So basically, by the time they get back, Rias is there in her room.
Everyone packs up. Well, Issei packs up his things. Everyone didn't need to get their things. Uh, well, actually, Azia needs to go back and get her some stuff. So yeah. So basically, when Issei comes back into his world, though, he says goodbye to, no, Vanilla and Zoltix, and he says to, basically his ex, he'll keep everything in touch and all that. So yeah, basically though, he comes back home. And Issei's mom runs over to him and hugs him and just asks how he was. And he goes, "Yeah, I was good. Got hurt a lot, but every time I healed, I got stronger. So I'm good." She just says, "That's good," you know. But is everything alright? He goes, "Yeah, I'm an archangel. I got the title of archangel, arch fallen angel, and a demon lord. Well, devil lord." And she's shocked by that. Coming from Issei's father, he was like, "I know, right?" So basically, they all celebrate. And well, Akano kind of says she has a crush on Issei. She tells Issei, she says, Issei, I kind of fell in love with you. Not you right now. The old you, I'm still trying to get used to who you are right now, and I want to still feel the same way. But you know, and I think I may have some competition. And he looks at She looks at Zenovia, Konako, and Azia. Has he just basically he even looks over. He was like, "Huh, um, well, that's fine. You guys can like me." She goes, "No, I'd like you." He goes, "Oh, love." Uh, and he actually says, "Well, when I was Issei, I did like Rias a lot, and I was actually was thinking about asking her out on a date." She goes, "Wait, what?" And then he kind of explains that he was actually going to ask her out on a date the day after, the day after the day when she killed me. I was going to ask her the next day. As in, basically, Akano kind of is in shock, and she says, "That must, yeah, it hurt a lot. That's another thing." So it's gonna take me some time to feel, love again. Hey, I did like her, like in love way, but it wasn't meant to be. Anyways, thanks for letting me know, and I'll keep that in mind. Just give me some time, all right? She's okay with it. She says I also need some time to see if I still feel the same way about you. He goes, all right, but he actually does kiss on the cheek. Says that's a thank you for telling me. Which basically Zenobia, Azia, and Kanako see. They suddenly feel like they're all jealous. He's Gogeta. He's Gogeta now. It's like power overwhelming. Basically power. But his personality, they actually like his personality. They all been, hanged out with him. They actually like who he is now. But they want to do exactly the same thing Akano's doing. Wants to get to know the new Issei. So yeah. But anyways, so that's where I'm gonna. No, funny scene. So basically, he walks back and he goes, "What was that for?" He goes like, "Oh, she just told me she was in love with me before, and I guess you were too, Azia. Kanako, I already know you hated me, but you're trying to get to know the real me." She goes, "Yeah, you were a pervert. That's why I hated you." He was like, "Yeah, I figured. Sorry about that. I mean, I kind of regret it." So what do you mean, kinda? He goes like, I look back on it. It was all just stupid crud. It was all just everything just stupid I did. So I deserve everything I got. And Zenobia just says, "Well, I mean, you're still the same way. Kind, compassionate. There's still a lot of difference between you and the old you, but hey, I mean, it's not like, you're completely gone from not being Issei. I mean, you're blah, blah, blah. My words. She says, the Issei that they know isn't completely gone, and the one I know isn't either. So it's all right. Here's thanks. Even Issei's parents says you're still Issei no matter what. So yeah. But anyways, that's what I'm gonna end it off, everyone. I hope you guys enjoy this what if. Let me know in the comments about what I did in this, if it's okay or not. Alright. Bye everyone. Be safe out there. Also, Merry Christmas!